morning, everyone, and welcome to the Muscatine Today Show. I'm so happy to be here with you today. It's Friday, finally. I feel like this has been the longest week ever. I don't know why. I think it's been like all the ball games and just a very busy week. So I'm sure you all feeling that if you're ball parents and out there in the heat. It's been a long week for those kiddos and for all of us parents out there, like sweating our butts off in the stands as well. So I am excited that it's Friday and that it's going to be a beautiful weekend, and there is so much happening in Muscatine that we're going to talk about today. But first, I want to say thank you to all of our amazing sponsors, and I am excited about our guests today, which we wouldn't be able to have on a show like this without these great sponsors. So thank you so much to R7 Reclaimed up in Grandview, Iowa. We have Impact Life Blood Center, who is our newest sponsor on the show. We're super excited about that. Lutheran Living, CBI, of course, Toyota of Muscatine, and Impact Athletic Performance. We have Suntan City Muscatine. Super excited about that. They have a ton of specials going on right now, and so go over and see Tanya and the girls to hear all about those. Unity Point Health Trinity Muscatine, and of course Hy-Vee is our sponsor as we take over their market grill every morning to put on the show. I am really, truly excited. I told you guys a little bit, a sneak peek yesterday on the show about the guests that we have on today, but I am excited to learn more because I'm not an expert on this yet either. So we're going to learn together about a group called Women Lead Change and some of the events that are coming to our area that you guys are going to want to pencil in for sure. So this morning we have Bobbi and Denise on. I'll let them kind of introduce themselves and their, I guess, piece to the puzzle as far as this big organization that's just taking over Iowa, it sounds like, and surrounding states. So if you want to start, Bobbi, why don't you tell us, I guess, you're part of Women Lead Change, what you do, and then we'll go to Denise.
Well, thank you for having us here,
Yes.
Ashley. We're really happy to be here and be able to spread the word about Women Lead Change. My role at Women Lead Change is I'm a regional manager, and I work with our organization all across the state. Specifically these days I've been spending a lot of time working with the Quad City Women Connect group, which we'd love to tell you a little bit about. Women Lead Change is an organization whose mission is basically to provide opportunities for women to develop their leadership skills and move into positions of power within their companies and in their communities. And we do it a lot of different ways, and the Quad City Women Connect group is one of the ways that we do it. And Denise is a member of that group. Quad City is really eastern Iowa, so I don't know, maybe she can tell a little bit about why you decided to join.
Yeah, absolutely. So Denise Greenhaw, I work at All Steel. I've been there for about 18 years, actually at H&I for 18 years. The reason I joined, it's interesting. I've had a lot of leaders and mentors in my life. And as I look to, what I want to do in that, that next step, it's really about, kind of being that pay it forward person that can say, let me take some of the things that I've learned. There's times I feel like I've been successful. There's times I've, maybe failed fast and learned from it. And how can I, help others that are really wanting to grow their careers and their, professional development? So I was actually looking on LinkedIn, and I happened to see one of the conferences, which really interested me and some of the speakers. So I ended up, contacting Women Lead Change, and they told me about the organization, and it really interested me. So I went to my company, All Steel, and talked to them about it, and ever since then, I've been a member.
Very cool. So, Women Lead Change, just the name of it sounds like powerful and exciting, and it makes you wonder what exactly happens with this group, right? So, you talked about the fact that Women Lead Change has some smaller kind of, subsets of Women Lead Change, which are like the QC group and stuff like that, the regional groups. So let's talk a little bit about that and how like Women Lead Change have kind of made these little groups and talk specifically about the QC one, because that's probably most of our viewers here today. So.
Well, Women Lead Change itself started out as a grassroots organization, just really literally a group of women getting together saying, okay, how can we provide an opportunity to give women in our companies a chance to expand their leadership skills. And how do we do that? Well, literally, I mean, it started with a cup of coffee with some amazing women. And so the organization really started that way as a volunteer organization. It has grown to be an organization that is global. We try to meet women where they are. Our bottom line is workforce development. We want to have the best workforce in all the areas where we have representation. And Quad Cities is in the Quad City area is a great example of that, because what we were looking for with Quad City Women Connect was an opportunity to bring women together to network at a little higher level, perhaps, than just this is your first leadership development workshop. These women get a chance to get together every month and share best practices with each other. It's companies that join the organization. So I always like to say you get a chance to peek behind the curtain at a company in your area to see what they're doing to bring better, more employees to their company. What's working, what's not working. And the Quad City Women Connect group is one of the ways that we do that. We do that on all levels. We work with CEOs, we work with emerging leaders, promising leaders. We even have a Girls with Goals fund where we fund organizations that have that provide girls with leadership development. But Quad City Women Connect is really important because it's the opportunity for you to connect with your peers.
Absolutely. I would say a really good example well, first of all, I joined in January of 2020, and we all know what 2020 looked like. And so, I attended a couple in-person sessions, so I was able to meet a few people. But we really had to adjust, just like, a lot of companies and people in general, in this community. And so what I think, for me, I have a team of strong men and women leaders. And so it really helped me try to figure out how to navigate. And there's times I was very vulnerable. I was like, wow, I don't even know what to do in this situation. And so just to be able to network with other companies and other women leaders and say, how did you handle that situation? That's what really helped me.
Well, and the Quad City Women Connect, like our other Women Connect groups, we have Women Connects in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, in the Metro Des Moines area, in the corridor, Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, the Quad Cities, and we just this month started a new group in Cedar Valley, Cedar Falls, Waterloo area. So all of these groups get a chance to get together and connect with their peers.
Yeah. So I am interested in, I guess, I know like the last year, and Denise, you can kind of talk about this, you've not been meeting in person, but I'm interested to hear what some of these meetings are kind of like and what kind of networking happens. I know you've talked a little bit about that, but really, like, what do these meetings look like? Do you have a speaker every time? Is it really just like, okay, here's this problem that I'm having, and you guys are just all having, like you said, coffee over a screen, or and hopefully soon back in person, if not already. But what kind of things do you see at regular meetings that you guys have?
And I can let Bobbi talk a little bit about that. But what I would say is, we had to reevaluate because we weren't in person. But we spent a lot of time on programming and making sure we have really rich programming that, different, a diverse group of speakers, and I think, for my team and other people that have been joining it, it's really helps us, stay motivated. And there's so many little golden nuggets that I've taken from some of the speakers that I'm like, one of the examples was somebody talked about, this invisible backpack. Somebody's basically carrying this backpack, and you can't really see it, and you don't really know what's in it. Well, we don't know what somebody's going through in their personal life. So especially during the pandemic, it's like let's be sensitive. Let's really understand. So those are the types of things. But you can talk a little bit about the structure that you've helped us bring to the table.
Yeah, the meetings are once a week, and they have been virtual, which is, I don't know, I don't think this group has even missed a step. We just said, okay, we're going virtual. This is great. So we're doing this. A company has an opportunity, a member company has an opportunity at the meeting to talk about best practices. So that might be, lately, a lot of HR. We're going to be talking about work from home. We're going to be talking about things like dress codes, or what is your leadership development training look like? Things that are challenges out there. How do you find the best people, and how do you keep them? We heard recently from a company about their employee enhancement program. About, okay, these are the reasons why you work for us, why you want to work for us, why you want to tell your friends to come to work for us. And it's an opportunity really to see what other companies do and to share. And it's so funny because I think all the member companies really are competing for the same worker, the same really great worker, but it's this networking group that says, okay, look, this is what's working for us. This isn't what's working for us. And there's always something to talk about there.
Yeah.
So in addition to our monthly meetings, we also have quarterly leadership development workshops. So we had one earlier this week, and it was about diversity. The speakers spoke about what not to say when you're in a situation where you are talking to somebody who is not like you. We've had workshops on how to manage across the generations. You know, if you're a baby boomer and you have Gen Xers or Gen Zs working for you, you know, what does that look like? How does that work? We've talked about how to be a woman in a management role that's male-dominated business. I mean, the fact of the matter is, most of the companies in the world are led by men, but that's okay. You know, we know that we can develop skills so that there could be more women. We're trying to change the tide just a little bit here by small things and big things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The other thing I would say is there's so many opportunities to serve. I mean, I joined the board in 2021, and so I'm an at-large member, but we have 4 other lovely ladies on the board, and I've learned so much from them. So the fact that, you know, we have those opportunities, and I know there's other probably volunteer opportunities for some of the conferences, and I don't know if you want to talk about some of that.
Well, there's in addition to the Women Connect organization, we have our conferences. We'll have a conference here in, it's actually in Bettendorf on October 13th.
Yeah.
I have some great speakers. Sarah Thomas, who's the first NFL referee
That's
ever,
exciting.
will be speaking there.
I'm very
and
excited
so
about
we'll
that.
be doing that, and there's an opportunity to go to that. It's a day full of, it's October 13th. It's a day full of leadership development.
We actually have that flyer too, and I think Cooper can probably pull it up for us. But
Is that the one that says voices at the top?
Yep.
Or-
Yep. So joining voices, and that is going to be right in our area, which is very cool. And I was looking at some of the speakers that are scheduled, and of course, like the one that you mentioned, she's pretty cool. It's cool to think about a woman, you know, taking a role that you generally don't see a woman in, and just seeing her really owning that. But all of them sound really really interesting, and really stuff that if you're either maybe that is something that you're trying to do is go into that leadership role, or maybe you're already there in a leadership role, and these are just all women that you could definitely learn something from. And even if you're not, like, to go and listen to other women who are doing amazing things, and it's awesome to just get that, just to like get that energy from people when you're in a group of women who are just there to support other women, and to I love that when. I think that's the power that we have, is when we support each other and lift each other up and teach each other, and that is truly what a conference like this can bring to you, is that like you leave there with like that boost of energy, like I'm going to take over the world, you know, like I can do this.
The nice thing is that I believe it's in person or virtual,
Yes.
so it gives
cool.
it gives people options if they still don't feel comfortable, being in person. So
Yeah.
Well, and the conference theme is Joining Voices, Leaders for Equity. And boy, I mean, there's a lot of talk about equity, diversity, and inclusion these days. And our speakers, we try to bring them in. They're experts in the fields. There's an opportunity to see a woman in a leadership role doing what you want to do to be able to lead. And it's really, I don't know, everyone who goes to the conferences, everyone who's a part of Quad City Women Connect and any of our Women Connect groups are people who really are interested in their community, they're interested in expanding their career, they're interested in equity, which isn't to say, Denise and I were talking earlier about men, it's women lead change, but we don't exclude men. We have male allies. We include male allies because we know that if we're speaking to a room full of women, we're preaching to the choir, and we need to have our male allies there to help and understand what the challenges are. But Denise, you were talking earlier about how women just come at it a little bit differently than men, and that's why it's women lead change.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's a little controversial. You'll have some people say, well, why can't, men lead change? And it's like, it's not that they can't, because they are definitely leading change. It's just, it gives an opportunity for women who kind of think and maybe struggle with some of the things that maybe a male wouldn't struggle with, to come together and talk about it in a safe space. And then kind of build a plan for, how can you get on a trajectory where you're going to improve on that, and maybe it's one step at a time, and it's not going to happen overnight. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Very cool. So this group is just, I've been excited ever since Denise reached out and started talking about it. I've been excited, and I've tried to kind of not dig in too deep, because I always try to be right there with the viewers as far as like learning about some of this stuff. But it's exciting to hear about. And the other thing I think I want to talk about before we run out of time is the awards, the nominations that people can make for women and ladies in their community. I'll pull that up just so that I have the information. But so the Athena Women's Leadership Awards, and maybe you guys can talk a little bit about that. And that might be, like Denise said before we went live, just like that one little step towards like, okay, like maybe they have a nomination, and maybe that's what kind of gets them intrigued in the group and kind of gets the ball rolling as far as becoming a part of this. So talk to us a little bit about that.
So the Leadership Awards, the Athena Leadership Awards, will be given out at the October 13th conference in Bettendorf, and there are 3 awards, and they are an opportunity to honor an emerging leader, an established leader, and a legacy leader. So it's an opportunity to say, hey, we want everybody to know how amazing you are. And these awards have been going on for years in the Quad Cities, and they've become a part of our conference just within the last couple of years. And so if you're interested, if you know somebody who fits into one of those categories, our website is wlcglobal.org. And you just click on events, and it will take you right to the Athena Leadership Awards. They're amazing, and I mean, it's such an honor to be a part of that and to be nominated. And you were telling me the other day you have somebody in mind.
I do, yes. I have somebody that I'm going to nominate for Muscatine, and we will find out shortly. So I'm so excited. But for all those women leaders out there, I see you. I know you're out there, and I know you have an ally and advocate. So certainly take a look at it and think about it. But it's a great way to just kind of celebrate some of your accomplishments. So. Excited about it.
That is exciting. So if you have a nomination, you can go out to the website and take the time and nominate that person. I was talking yesterday. I mean, when volunteers, when they volunteer their time or they are out there doing these things, it's not for the recognition, but it sure is nice when you can give them some recognition and show them that you see them and that you see the work that's going. And I think sometimes it's, I mean, it's obviously for that nominee, but it also brings light for other people to be inspired to start doing some of those things and to see those things if they haven't already. So there are 3 different types of nominees that you can go for, and I encourage you all to get on and kind of see what that's all about, and look more at Women Lead Change and the QC group and see if it's something that you would be interested in. It'd be pretty cool if we could get some more members locally and get some more people involved so that the group can just continue to grow. So I guess that brings me to my next question, which is, how, if somebody is interested in becoming part of the group and becoming a little more involved, what's the first step in that?
Well, they can certainly reach out to me, but I would say even reach out to Denise, because she can tell you what it's like to be a part of the group.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love that, just to talk to you about it. So reach out to me. Check out the website. By the way, we just revamped the website, so maybe you can talk just briefly about that. But we're super excited. I looked at it last night, and there's some really good content. So
yeah, our website is fresh out of the box this week. And,
cool.
If you've ever worked with a website, it's a really...
It's a process.
Yeah, it's a process. But it's really a great way to see what we do as far as our events, as far as what our workshops are, what we're all about. We work in so many different ways, but you're gonna find what you need if you come to Women Lead Change, and it'll be life changing. I mean, you just get to connect with the most amazing people every day, and
that's exciting.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, and it's just making it a better world. I mean, it really is.
Yes.
I mean, we all know that.
Yes.
Women are leading things. Things are good, right?
Yes. Obviously.
You're one of them, Ashley, actually, in the community. So
thank you. I am excited about the group. I hope you guys will either sign up for that conference, reach out to Denise and find out more about the group, check out that new website, and I hope that you were inspired today a little bit, especially everyone, but especially the women who are watching. Just know that you have the ability, to lead change and to have that power to lead change. Absolutely. And we all believe in you and are here to support. And this group sounds like a great place to get extra support too if you have questions or just need a little bit extra power behind you to feel that support. So go and check things out. Thank you guys so much for coming on and talking.
Thanks for having us.
Really appreciate the opportunity. Yes.
I know we're going to have more guests from the group on later in August to talk closer to that event and talk really specifically about that too, so that we can make sure that you all have all the information and we can get you guys all excited and registered for that event. But get it at least on your calendar. And registration's open. So people can start registering now.
October 13th. Sign up now.
So get signed up. And in the meantime, just continue to lead change within your organizations and reach out to Denise and find out more about the group. Thank you guys so much for coming on. I appreciate it.
You're so welcome.
Great. Thank you.
We're going to go to a quick break and show you some of the great sponsors that I mentioned earlier on the show and kind of highlight some of those for you. And then I'll be right back to talk about some more stuff happening in Muscatine in the next week. This weekend there's some things going on, and next weekend, so get your calendars out and ready to pencil some things in, because I've got some things for you.
Get your boots to the barn
for the 5th Annual Farm Life Festival
in Grandview, Iowa, a day in the country like no other. Shop over 50 vintage and handmade vendors. Stroll through our 2-story reclaimed barn.
Enjoy mouth-watering barbecue and dance a few steps to the live music.
Just $3 admission and kids 14 and under are free.
Like our Farm Life Festival Facebook page, and we will see you on June 19th from 9 to 3.
Boots recommended, but not required.
We just don't work out in a single plane of motion.
All right, everyone. So I wanted to remind you about an event that's happening this weekend at the Muscatine County Fairgrounds. Don't forget that that fundraiser is happening. She was on earlier this week to talk about it, so you can go and find some more information about the event. But there's going to be harness horse races and kid activities. You can get a meal. There's going to be music with Lefty and the Spinners. You can also find out information about this in this week's Discover Muscatine newspaper. So go and enjoy yourself and raise some money for the Muscatine County Fair, which sounds like this year it's going to be better than ever. So get that on your calendar, get out there and enjoy yourselves this weekend. And then also, like I mentioned, our great sponsor, R7 Reclaimed up in Grandview, is having an event coming up on June 19th. And it's the Farm Life Festival. It's the 5th annual Farm Life Festival. And it is just so much fun. So make sure you pencil that in. And there's music and vendors from all over, food, and just a ton of fun and great people to be surrounded by. So go and enjoy that event with Tennille and Jesse and the whole family up there, as well as so many other people. That event will be going on all day on Saturday on June 19th. So go and enjoy some of that and find some great items made by some very talented people. So our sponsor, Lutheran Living, sponsors This Day in History and National Days. And today happens to be National Corn on the Cob Day. And I could not believe, but if behind me, if you haven't noticed, Chris found this amazing corn on the cob cake that was made here at Hy-Vee. Check this out, seriously. These people are super, super creative and talented back in the cake department in the bakery, and it looks legit. And look at it just go round and round. Huh. I can't even make like a sheet cake, and they're making cakes that look like corn on the cob. Anyways, go grab some corn on the cob and enjoy that today to celebrate that National Day. One more thing that I want to share with you. We sat down with Shelly and talked a little bit about Aisles Online. I get questions all the time about using Aisles Online, and everybody's scared about, oh, well, what if they don't pick out my produce right? Things like that. So I wanted to sit down with Shelly and see what some of their process was like, and she agreed to do so. It was so kind. So we have a little interview with Shelly and kind of job shadowed her for a quick second. And so we have that video to share with you now. And I am excited for you guys to see what it's like behind the scenes on as an Aisles Online shopper. Shelly's like a superstar. So we will show you that now. All right, just kidding. So we'll show that to you on Monday when Jess gets back. Jess actually made that video for us. So when she gets back, we'll share the Aisles Online with you on Monday. But Shelly did such a great job. And if you've never used Aisles Online, it is super convenient. Lots of great perks if you're an H+ member. And besides that, they are actually, I learned something during the interview, they are actually trained to pick out your produce. They go through a training on how to pick out produce. So they're certified. Like, they're probably more legit than you are at picking out produce. So that's always a question I get when people are asking me about Aisles Online. So I am looking forward to sharing that interview and that little job shadow with you on Monday. So get out to that event at the Muscatine County Fairgrounds tomorrow. It's going to be a beautiful day, hopefully not too hot, and it'll be a great event, a great fundraiser for our county fair. So get out there and enjoy all of that, and enjoy some corn on the cob. Come out and get this cake from the bakery if you want to celebrate that way. But I am excited for this weekend to relax, and I am going to go and enjoy some time out at the Muscatine County Fair. I hope to see you guys all there. Until I see you again on Monday, remember that kindness is free. So spread that stuff wherever you go.
Here at Total Muscatine, we believe it's important to be strong supporters of our local community.
And that's why we donate thousands upon thousands of dollars to local Muscatine charities each year.
It's the reason why all of our employees are local to the area and have a vested interest in our community.
Even Daisy and Dilly keep it local by visiting the local dog park.
So remember, when you shop Total Muscatine, you're not only sure to get great service, but you're here also supporting local.